it's Miss Mixon. I had to turn on my screencasting so that we could get started. Okay? Hello. So we're starting with our day 1 opening. Week 3, day 1. Have no idea what's going on. So I'm going to find out at the end if my screencasting work. Hey, hello. I promise the last day of distance learning, I'm actually going to show my face. You all will not see a sheet of paper. I promise I will show my face. But right now my hair is looking extra crazy. So y'all are not ready for this. By the end of this, I'm going to look like Angela Davis. All y'all young people don't know who she is. So go ask your parents who Angela Davis is. And then you'll know how my hair is looking right now. Okay? All right. So let's get started on our day, shall we? I hope you took care of all your personal needs, your bathroom and water before you started this class. Okay? All right. So here we go. So the first question is, complete the opening in the space provided showing all work. Please limit your time to 5 minutes. Okay? So we're going to see if we can do this in 5 minutes. So it says, a student purchased 7 binders for a total of $8.61. Write an equation that can be used to find the cost of the binders in dollars. What is the cost in dollars of each binder? All right. Enter your equation and your answer in the space provided. Enter only your equation and your answer. All right. Just like I tell y'all all the time, before I make y'all do the work, I do the work too. Okay. See, I started setting it up. See that? I started setting it up before we met. All right. So it's 7 notebooks. Okay. The total cost is $8.61. What is the cost of the binder in dollars? All right. What are we going to do first? How are we going to figure that out? We know that if we bought 7 of them, we spent $8.61. How much would one cost? How would we figure that out? First thing we have to do is we have to write an equation. All right? And we know with an equation, what do we know? What do we know we're going to have it? Numbers. This one we got some numbers. We got a variable. We're going to have an equal. So how would I get started? Somebody help a sister out. What's my equation going to be? I'm going to give y'all like 30 seconds because I don't know what the lag time is on this. See y'all. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what the lag time is on this Instagram. How long it takes, y'all can respond to me. I'm confused. So I'll give y'all about 15 more seconds and we're going to get through this. Oh, okay. I had to get my next part of the lesson ready. All right, there it is. Okay. 7 divided by 861. Okay. Now, why would you say that? The other way around, $8.61 divided by 7. Well, aren't you Miss Fabulousness? Okay. That's going to tell us how much each one cost. Right? If we divide $8.61, because that's the total we spent, divided by the 7 notebooks, that is going to tell us how each one costs. So we can figure out the cost part first. Exactly right. You are absolutely fabulous, K.O. See, I'm calling people by their initials. That way, I keep everyone anonymous. Okay? So let's figure out the cost. All right? The cost. 7 divided by $8.61. Hello, pumpkin. All right. Now, y'all know this is my favorite thing in the world to do, right? Long division, right? You know we do it every day. All day, every day. I tell you all, it is never going to end, right? Never, 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 never. So, since my decimal point is over here at the right, I don't have to move this around. So, I'm just going to go and drop him off of here. Okay? Now, I'm asking myself, how many groups of 7 are there in 8? How many groups of 7 are there in 8? One. Excellent. 1 goes up here, right? 7 times 1 is 7. Subtract it out. Good. 7 from 8 is 1. Check my math. 1 is less than 7. Yay! Bring down my next number. 6. All right. So, how many times does 7 go into 16? How many groups of 7 are there in 16? Two. Good y'all. All right, my children have been paying attention to me. Multiply it out. 2 times 7. What do we get? What do we get? 2 times 7. Y'all are great. 14. Excellent. Subtract it out. 4 from 6 is 2. 1 from 1 is 0. 2 is less than 7. Fabulous. I can bring it down. Oh, oops. Perhaps I need to bring down what number it is, huh? See, I'm moving too fast. That's the problem. How many groups of 7 are there in 21? How many groups of 7 are there in 21? 3. 3 goes at the top. 3 times 7 is 21. 21 from 21 is 0. All right, fabulous. So each one costs $1.23. And we can fill that in the second part. $1. Oh, they gave us a dollar sign and 23 cents. Now, what we need to do now is establish our equation, okay? Let's see with figuring out if it was $1.23, if that's going to help us write our equation, all right? So, according to the text, a student purchased 7 binders for a total of $8.61. Okay? So, how many binders did they purchase? How many binders? This is not a trick question. I want to make sure everybody has a clear understanding. How many binders did they purchase? See, I wrote it right here. How many? Oh, they called it binders. I called it notebooks. Same difference. How many binders? 7. Okay, and it says, write an equation that can be used to find the cost of each binder and in dollars. What is the cost in dollars of each binder? We've already figured that out, right? So, what will my equation be? 7. I have a 7, I have an N, and I have an $8.61. What am I going to do? We've already done the hard part, figuring out how much each one cost. But what would I do? Okay, so we did the $8.61 divided by 7, and we got $1.23. So let me ask you this. Suppose I did this. 7 So we did division to get the $1.23. Suppose I did the inverse, which is, what's the inverse of division? What's the opposite of division? The inverse. Multiplication. Excellent. So let's suppose I multiply 7 times $1.23. 7 times 123. Now we did the math over here. So we know 7 times 123 equals 861. Right? Because that's how we solved the problem at the beginning. Now let's suppose that we didn't know it was $1.23. Okay? Suppose we use the variable n to determine, suppose we use n to represent how much each binder costs because we didn't know. Then we'd multiply 7 times what? If we didn't know the dollars, So instead of having 123, what would we put in its space? N. So 7 times n equals 861. You see how we did it in reverse order, which was great because let me be honest with you, that's how I did it too. Okay, I figured out how much one cost and then I multiplied it by 7. So you can write it 7 parentheses n or 7n equals 861. Because I remember, pumpkins, I need y'all to remember that when you have a number and a variable right next to each other, it's telling you to multiply. Okay? In 6th grade and beyond, that's how it's going to look. So I need y'all to remember that fact. When you have a number and a variable right next to each other, they're telling you that you're multiplying those two together. Okay? Fabulous. So let's look. Let me do my time check. Okay? Because I don't want to run out of time because I know y'all got stuff to do. Question number, well, it's not number, so Q. Next one. Joanna earns $12 per hour at her job. Joanna earns $432. Create an equation that can be used to determine the number of hours H Joanna worked last week. Okay? Drag and drop the correct number of operations into each box. All right? So you have to put the correct number or the operation in each box. So we have 1, 2, 3 blank boxes. All right? And we got a 12, we got a 432, and I like to call the operations the big 4: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Notice now they're using the dot to represent multiplication. The reason that they don't use X anymore, usually for times tables, is because now X is a variable and they don't want us to get confused. Okay? So now they're going to start using the dot to represent, multiplication. All right? So let's see. Let's figure out, okay, let's set this up. Let's see what we can do. Anybody have some ideas for me? Remember, she earns $12 an hour. She made $432. And H is going to represent the number of hours she worked last week. All right? So, what we get? All right, she earns $12 an hour. She made $432. And H is the number of hours she worked last week. Okay, so let's just break this on down. Okay, 432 divided by H equals 12. All right, let me ask you a question. What does H represent? What does H represent? The hours. Very good. What does 12 represent? What does 12 represent? Right. 12 represents how much she makes. So she makes $12 an hour. So if she worked 1 hour, how much money would she make? So if she worked 1 hour, how much money would she make? $12. Good. If she worked 2 hours, how much money would she make? She worked 2 hours. If she makes $12 an hour and she worked 2 hours, good, she'd make $24. So what am I doing to the dollars and hours? What operation am I doing to the dollars and the hours? What am I doing? What am I doing? What did I do to 12 and 24? Exactly. I am What am I doing? How am I getting from 12 and 2? What am I doing? Am I adding 12 plus 2 and getting 24? What am I doing to the 12 and the 2 to get the answer? Let's do another one. All right, 12, 3. How much money would she make? Multiplying. Good. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. So I'm multiplying, right? Okay. So, very good. I'm multiplying. So let's set it up. All right. How much does she make per hour? Y'all just tell me, how much does she make an hour? How much does she make an hour? It's right there in the column. I'm not like $12 an hour. Fabulous. And what operation do I have to do to the hour? So I do blank, and what operation goes in here? Addition, subtraction, multiply, a division to the hours to get the total amount. What do I do? Look at our pattern. What did I do? 12 and what to the hours? What did I do with those two numbers? Multiply. Fabulous. So it'd be 12 times the number of hours gives us how much money did she make last week? How much? Great, $432. Aren't y'all fabulous? So our equation is 12 times, and remember we're using the dot, H equals 432. Now again, it says, what is the number of hours Joanna worked last week? What we going to do? We're going to do my favorite. What's Miss Vix's favorite? What's my favorite operation? The one we do every day. Every single day. Divide. Fabulous. 12 goes, there you go. I see the laughter. 432. Fabulous. Fabulous. How many groups of 12 are there in 432? Now let's do this. Can 12 go into 4? No. All right. I have to shut the door. All right, sorry. Family was getting a little loud. All right. 12 divided by 432. No, 12 cannot go into 4. So now I have to see how many groups of 12 are there in 43. How many groups of 12 are there in 43? Think about your 12 times tables. Three. Excellent. My 3 goes over the 3 because I'm saying how many groups of 12 are there in 43? 3. Multiply it out. 12 times 3 is what? Excellent. 36. Subtract it out. Bigger number on the floor. Borrow from your neighbor next door. 4, 3. This becomes 13. 6 from 13 is 7. All right. Check my math. 7 is less than 12. Yay me. So I can bring down my 2. All right. How many groups of 12 are there in 72? Oh, look, somebody already came up with the answer. Aren't you cooking with gas? Excellent. How many groups of 12 are there in 72? Someone came up with the answer. 6. Multiply it out. 6 times 12 is 72. One of our basic facts. 72 from 72 is 0. Homegirl works 36 hours. For $432. All right, excellent. Excellent. All right, let's go on to our next page. Our next page looks like this. Math Connections, Earth Materials. We're not going to do all of this. We're just going to do part of it. All right? Okay, yeah, we're not doing all this because, no, it's too much. All right. Igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks have unique characteristics that can be used for identification and classification. Rocks can be identified by their composition, the minerals within them, and the arrangement, size, or shape of the minerals. Solve the equations and match them to the answers to figure out the texture and composition of each type of rock. The first rock is answered for you. So we're just going to look at the first one. 2x equals 6, and it says that's coarse grain. So I looked at that and I said, well, how in the world am I supposed to know that? It's not something, that I keep rock types in my head. So you look down at the bottom and it gives you the clues. All right. So it's telling you if x equals 3, then the rock is coarse grained. If x equals 23, the rock is porphyritic. If x equals 33, the rock is fine grained. Thank you for bringing me my mail. If the answer is 16, the rock is glassy. Shut the door, boo-boo. Shut the door, honey. If the x equals 62, the rock is vascular. And if the answer is 35, that means x equals 35, the rock is pyroclastic. All right. Now, the good thing about this is that these are the answers. Okay. It has to be one of these numbers. It has to be, because it's telling you that using this information, you can figure out the texture of the rock. So we're halfway there. Okay. All we have to do is figure out what does x equal in each case. All right. That's all we have to do. And y'all are going to be pros at this because we're going to do a couple and then you all are going to do the rest of them as an exit ticket. And then that way I'll give everybody points and everybody's grade is going up, up, up to the sky. All right. All right. So here we go. So the first one is 2x equals 6. All right. And I'm just going to go on through this. 2x equals 6. So what they're telling me is 2 Okay, let me write it. 2 times what number gives me the answer 6? All right. Now, I know that when y'all were in elementary school, that they wrote problems like this. It would be 2, and then they do X, but we're going to do a dot times what gives me the answer 6. 2 times what number gives me the answer 6. In elementary school, instead of giving you a variable, they just gave you a blank. For real. It was just an absolute positive blank. All right? Okay, 3. Exactly. So, 2 times what? 2 times 3 equals 6. So, X equals 3. Y'all are fabulous. So, look, and it tells me that 3, according to the chart, equals coarse grained. That's why they put coarse grain in it. All right? Okay. So, let's do the next one together. Let's do the next one together. It is 12. Let me get my paper straight. Plus X equals 15. So the question is, what do I have to do to X? What do I have to add to 12 to get the answer 15? What do I have to add to 12 to get the answer 15? What do I have to add to 12 to get to the answer 15? All right, good. 3. 12 plus 3 equals 15. You're exactly right. So X equals what? 3. Y'all are fabulous. So let's look at our scale. So we know that X equals 3. And you could put right over here. See that? So that way I'm keeping track of what I'm doing. That way I don't have to try to remember. X equals 3, X equals 3. And I know that 3 is coarse grained. All right. So the next one, it is 90X equals 270. 90X equals 270. All right. Okay. So what do you think I need to do in order to solve this problem? What do you think I need to do? 90X equals, I'm sorry, I'm looking back at my notes. Because you know I always work out the problems before I do it to y'all. All right? Before I do it with y'all, I always work out the problems. All right? Oh, I'm not showing y'all the right problem. Sorry. 90X equals 270. What do you think I need to do? Divide. Okay? Somebody says, so tell me why you said divide. Tell me why you said divide. You're exactly right. But why would you divide? You're exactly right. Division is exactly right. Okay? But why would you say divide? Ah, here it is. I knew I had the notes. Okay? All right. You're exactly right. All right. So this is the way I think of it. Okay? I do a 3-step process. Number 1, I find the variable. And in this case, it's X. All right? Then the next step is what happened to the variable. It got multiplied times 90, right? And then the third step is I do the inverse, which is the opposite operation because I need to get x by itself. Okay? I want to get x all by itself so I can figure out what it is. So let me show you what that means. Okay? Excuse me. So, find the variable. I got my x. What happened to it? It got multiplied by 90. To get it all alone, I have to do the inverse. So the inverse of multiplication is division. Okay? So I put 90, I make it a fraction. 90 divided by, make it a fraction, 90. And then I do 207, exactly. 270 divided by 90. All right? 90 divided by 90, and then 270 divided by 90. Because whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do the same thing to the other side. You have to balance. It's a scale. All right? We got to have everybody balanced. So you know that when you have the same number on the top and the bottom of a fraction, the same number, 90 over 90 equals what? 1. So we have 1x equals, and then we have 90 divided by 270. How many groups of 90 are there? 270. Cross out my zeros. How many times is 9 going to 27? 3. And you know, very good, and y'all know from working with Miss Martin that the 1, you usually don't write the number 1 in front of x. You know, if it's x, it's an invisible 1, right? It's an invisible 1. I just put the 1 there so that we will remember when we divide, when our numerator and our denominator are the same number, it equals 1. So x equals 3. All right? I know, right? Okay, x equals 3. So we know that this x equals 3. And so now it is what? Coarse grain, right? Coarse grain. You got a lot of coarse grain with rocks. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm going to have to ask Miss Green because I don't know a whole lot. Somebody's asking me, do I go live every day? Nah. No, I don't. I will probably go live again tomorrow around 4 so that we can finish up some more stuff. And then I will know next week's schedule next week. Okay, yeah, no, I don't go live every day. All right, so next problem is 45x equals 135. All right, 45x equals 135, and perhaps I should show y'all what I'm writing. Bam, 45x, oh wait, you know what, I'm going to write on a fresh sheet of paper because I know I got a lot of writing going on. Okay. Here we go. 45x equals 135. All right. Excuse me. We solve it the same way we did the other ones. Okay. First thing I have to do is find the variable. Who's going to tell me what is the variable in this problem? 45x equals 135. What is my variable? X. Good. So X is my variable. What happened to it? X 45x. What does that mean? Did the X get added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided? What happened to the X? What happened to my X? Did it get added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided with the 45. It got multiplied. Very good. So x multiplied. And then in order to get x all alone, because that's what we're trying to figure out, x all alone, we have to do the inverse. What's the opposite of multiplication? What is the inverse? The opposite operation. What's the opposite operation for multiply? Divide. Look at you, fabulous. Division. Divide. Look at all y'all. Divide. Y'all are cooking. All right. So that tells me now I have to do the opposite, right? So I'll do 45 divided by 45 and 135 divided by 45. Okay. 45 divided by 45 is 1. And we're just going to use our invisible 1. And then how many groups of 45 are there in 135? Now, in this case, we're going to use our chart to help us. Okay? What y'all think? How many groups of 45 do you think there are in 135? 3, 23, 33, 16, 42, and 35. 3. Exactly. It is not cheating. You use a tool that you have, okay? Because a lot of times when you're taking tests, they're timed, right? And so this would be what? Coarse grained. Exactly. Now you could do the long division to check. 45. How many groups of 45 and 135? And you get 3. All right, but if you can use a chart to help you, you better save your time for something that's going to be a little more stressful. All right, so we're going to do the next one, and then I'll be almost out of time because I know y'all got stuff to do. So it is 16 plus what number gives me the answer 39? All right. Now, see, this is an addition problem. Look at that. We've been doing multiplication and division now. Now we're going over to addition. All right. So it is. What's my variable? I go through the same steps over and over again. When you follow the same steps, it makes your life a lot easier. I'm telling you, it makes life excellent. My variable is x. What happened to it? Good. All right, what happened to it? It got multiplied. Excellent. I'm going to just put m for multiply. And now I need to do the inverse or the opposite, which is what? Oh my gosh, you're right. It got added to it. Thank you so much. You're right. Thank you so much for catching it. Added. Very good. It got added to. So what's the opposite of addition? What's the opposite of addition? It's okay. Miss Mixon messed up too. It's no big deal. It got added to. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Excellent. All right. So now we have to subtract 16 from both sides because we want to get x all alone. All right. X is like Miss Mixon. It likes being by itself. All right. So we would do 16, okay, minus 16 plus x equals 39 minus 16. Okay, you see that? We took 16 away from both sides. Because remember, in equation, whatever you do to one half, you do to the second half. Okay? All right, so 16 minus 16 is 0. And we have 0 plus x equals 39 minus 16. And, y'all probably do this in your head, and I'm happy for you. I use my scratch paper. 6 from 9 is 3. 1 from 3 is 2. Okay? So we have 23. And we have 0 plus x, which is x. X equals 23. Yep, you exactly right. X equals 23. So we know x equals, oh, let me go up to my chart that I'm filling out. It is porphyritic. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but you know, it's okay. Porphyritic. All right. Okay, so let me see what time it is. Oh, Lord. All right. We should have enough time to do the next one, okay? And then y'all are going to finish the page for your exit ticket. But, of course, I'm going to post the problems so that way in case, you know, you weren't here or you don't have the sheet or whatever, there's no reason for you not to do the exit ticket, okay? All right, so we have 2x equals 46. Now, I want somebody to just do the problem. Go on, do the problem for me, give me the answer. Oh, well, good Lord, I already got 2 people that did the problem for me. Okay, y'all just did it. Y'all just worked it out, right? What is my variable? X. What happened to it? It got multiplied, right? X. Multiply, division, all right? So what do we do? Divide each side by 2. And sister girls already told me x equals 23. All right? X equals 23. And that is porphyritic. Okay, it has different sized crystals in the rocks. Isn't that exciting? All right, let's do the last one. X plus 49 equals 72. All right. What's my variable? X. What's happening to it? See, I'm paying attention this time. What's happening to it? What's happening to it? X plus 49 equals 72. X, good, my variable's X. What's happening to it? One of my big four, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Good, it's added. Excellent. So now it's telling me I need to do the inverse, the opposite of addition, which is what? Subtraction. Excellent. All right, so let's do it. Subtraction. So it would be X plus 49 minus 49 equals 72 minus 49. And let me just tell you this. I put the subtraction right after the addition, and it just makes it easier for me to get the 0. Okay, you see that? I put the X, the 49, minus the 49. That way I get my 0 right there. It's just easier for me to keep track of. So I have X plus 0 equals 72 minus 49. Now, y'all advanced, right? And you all can just go and do this in your little heads. Okay? Now, Miss Mixon going to do it on paper. All right, bigger number on the floor. Borrow from your neighbor next door. 7 becomes a 6. This becomes a 12. 9 from 12 is 3. 4 from 6 is 2. 23. X equals 23. Yay. And now we have X equals 23. All right. This is the porphyritic rock. I know the answer is 23 again. Okay. So look. For your exit tickets for today, I need you to finish the rest of the page, okay? 3x equals 99, x plus 14 equals 47, 5x equals 165, 3x equals 48, 16 plus x equals 58, 3x equals 126, 54 plus x equals 89. Now, I'm going to post these. It's going to take me a minute because Miss Mixon real slow with the Instagram life, okay? It's not my thing. So it's going to take me a minute to do this, all right? Now, I've seen some of y'all. I know who some of y'all are. I know KO, okay? I know who, I know who some of y'all are. So I need everybody to DM me your government name so that way I give you credit for being in the IG Live. Again, DM Miss Mixon your government name, okay? Not just your first name, your first and last name, because you know I call y'all all by your last names so that I can give you credit. So tomorrow, I will see y'all at 4 o'clock. And we're going to do, I haven't decided yet. I don't know if we're going to do day 2 or day 3. I'm still trying to decide to see which one I think will be more beneficial to y'all in your 7th grade life. Okay? So have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Okay? And I will see y'all tomorrow at 4.